By the way, this isn't very good. This was the one that we were. It was in a contest for Die of Gold or this
Yeah.
one.
Hmm.
I'm glad we chose Die of Gold.
Me too. Bob is glad too, because that's how he got to be a famous.
It's true. That's Steve.
I'm Paul. I mean, that's Paul.
That's Bob. But
And I don't know this one's name. He just lays back there, lazy dog that he is. I
yes,
don't know his name, but. And this is something or nothing. We'll let you be the judge, but I will point at the camera like I always do. Yeah, at some point here, we're going to put the audio on a podcast platform. So those of you who are, if this one makes it as one of the ones we put on the audio platform, welcome. Whether you're on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or wherever. Those of you who listen on YouTube while you're doing other things, Nick, welcome to you too. We're going to do a better job of making sure if we have visuals, we'll call them out. If an episode has too many visuals and it just doesn't work as audio only, we probably won't even put it on the other platform.
Yeah.
I did read a little bit more of Dorian Gray. I think I'll tell you about a mistake I made. There's a spoiler. This book was written in like 1891. So, I mean, it's been 129 years or 139 years or something. So
You had your chance.
You had your chance, but it's not that big of a spoiler. So Dorian, you'll remember Dorian Gray is this beautiful man who is sitting for this very talented artist, and he paints his portrait, and Dorian's like, and the artist's friend comes over, Lord Henry. It's confusing because his name is Lord Henry, but everybody calls him Harry. My wife explained to me that Harry is a nickname for Henry, and I'm like, Henry, isn't Henry already a nickname? I'd be like, Bill's a nickname for Willie. It's like,
don't we also get Hank out of Henry?
Oh yeah. What about Hank?
Come on, Henry. Don't be so greedy.
Don't forget about Hank. Anyway, Lord Henry, Harry, whatever his name is a very interesting guy, and Oscar Wilde uses him to espouse a lot of his views on life, I think, because there'll be these long monologues or long soliloquies or whatever the word is, and he'll just say stuff about what he thinks about the world, which is generally very I don't know, kind of nihilist. Like, youth is the only thing that matters, and once you've lost your youth, you've lost everything, so use it. like Stanley Hudson. Live fast and leave a sexy corpse. Is basically.
I thought that was that Russian author. What was his name?
Tolstoy?
Yeah, I thought it was Tolstoy.
Yeah, I think that might have been Tolstoy. But anyway, so he meets Dorian Gray and convinces him that he's not going to be young forever, to which Dorian Gray says, well, I wish I could be. I'd rather the painting got older and I stayed the same. So that's where we left off last time. And then now in the next couple of chapters, Dorian meets a woman and falls in love. And she is beautiful, innocent, and an actress. And he actually he goes and sees every play that she's in. And it ends with, like, the chapter that I just finished ended with, first of all, Lord Henry's trying to get him to not, her name is Sybil Vane. And Lord Henry's like, leave that woman alone. I mean, she's going to be, but then he's like, it's a mistake to date her. And finally, Lord Henry's like, oh, well, whatever. It makes him more interesting. Like, if he's going to go out and make mistakes, that's what I told him to do. So now I get to watch him do that. It's more interesting. I'm studying the guy anyway. But hopefully he doesn't do anything too rash. And then this chapter ends with, when he arrived home, meaning Lord Henry, When he arrived home about 12:30, he saw a telegram lying on the hall table. He opened it and found it was from Dorian Gray. It was to tell him that he was engaged to be married to Sybil Vane. And the way Oscar Wilde describes Sybil Vane, I had a picture of her in my head, right? And I was like, wait, this thing was a movie. I'm going to go look up what Sybil Vane looked like in the movie. She looked exactly like he described him. So I was very happy about that. Unfortunately, when I search Sybil Vane, the first thing that comes up is Sybil Vane is a tragic character. What? Stop reading. I suppose it's not much of a spoiler because this is headed, the general story, and it's not a comedy, and it's not a feel good, romantic comedy or anything like that. It's a tragedy. And so, of course, if a beautiful young woman is introduced, of course, she's going to be a tragic figure.
Yeah. Also, shut up, AI. You're ruining it for everyone.
Yeah, that's right. Shut up. Go to bed, AI. You're drunk. But the reason I'm doing this and the reason I keep bringing this back up is the Outlaw Levi Wallace's excellent series on the Portraits of Decay, where he reads a few chapters and does a 10-minute video on it. And I love hearing him talk about it. And then the latest one, he's like, well, I wasn't too keen on this book at first, but it kind of pulled me in. I couldn't finish that video in time for today, but I think he's probably to the point where the proverbial poop is hitting the proverbial zombie fan.
Yes. I'll link his channel down below.
Yeah, it does get, like, it starts out, if you're not into, like, it's very literary, Portraits of Decay. We've talked about that before. It's easy to read. It's effortless, but it's very literary. And then it turns really horrific. Very starts out horrific. Yeah. Pumps the brakes and then gets horrific. Yeah.
Gives you time to, like, relax a little bit, breathe a little bit, and then starts getting horrific all over again. I'll also link where you can find Portraits of Decay down below too. It's a great book. JR is a good friend of ours, so just trying.
I finally figured out. It sounds like a Cure song. If Robert Smith is watching, you should write a song and call it Portraits of Decay, and it would go something. Portraits of Decay.
Man,
and
your impression of Robert Smith is spot on.
I promise you here and now, if the Cure picks this up and writes that song, I will follow JR around with a boombox with that song. I'll be his entourage and just follow him around with that boombox all day long around Chicago. Yeah. I'll quit my job. That's all I'll do. I'll have a boombox walking around playing that song.
He'll do it too.
He'll go to a job interview or something. Like, who is this guy? He's playing my theme music. They'd be like, you have theme music? When can you start? Will he join you every day at the job? Go to book signings. I'll be back there.
Check it out. It's a great book.
Absolutely. One of the great things about driving around and doing it afterward is we'll see something on the side of the road and just start talking about it. We need something.
Yeah, definitely. I think that was the charm of those videos.
Yeah.
We were just distracted by everything. Almost got in an accident. In fact, we were so distracted.
Yeah, that's right. Almost got hit by a mail truck.
That's right.
Imagine a cliche like that happening to you. Like, what happened to Stephen Paul? Got hit by a mail truck. Oh, really? Like, what really happened? No, that's what really happened.
If I get hit by a mail truck and that's how I go, I just want everybody to know I went out on my own terms.
That sounds like way funnier than it should be. I don't know why. Oh, stamped in the end.
That's right.
There's a short envelope of time where he could have escaped. But alas, he was returned to his sender. My uncle always used to say, like, he was a chain smoker, and he always used to, he's like, my doctor told me I should quit because I have whatever you get, emphysema or something.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, but whatever, I'm gonna die from something. If I quit smoking, I'd probably get hit by a tobacco truck tomorrow. And I'm like, or if you keep smoking, you're gonna die of emphysema. He died of emphysema. Yes. He'll be missed.
He went out on his own terms.
He did go out on his own terms. Like if I get sick, I might take up smoking. Like if the doctor's like, you got a year to live, I'm gonna be like, Winston Lights in a box. That's what I'm going for. Because
I will take up smoking. I will take up smoking, and I will slap the shit out of anybody I want whenever I want. Can I bring it back to books for a minute?
Please do.
You know how I love cats, right?
You love cats.
Yeah,
I do too now. I didn't used to, but I do now.
Yeah, and like we have 3 cats. And the reason why we have 3 cats is because we do not want 4 cats. But I have a sneaking suspicion. In fact, I'm willing to bet that, you always see these guys, they're like, oh, I hate cats. Oh, I hate cats.
Right. I know your theory on those guys.
Yes, those are the guys that hate things they can't control. But as much as I love cats and as much as you love cats, I doubt very seriously if, speaking of which, Shadow's on a tear through the studio right now. As much as we love cats, I don't think we love cats. Love cats. That's a Cure reference.
That's right.
I don't think we love cats nearly as much as Algernon Blackwood did.
Ooh.
This morning, I laid in bed with my coffee cup in the rain outside, and I read Ancient Sorceries for like the second time. I read it a while back when we were first getting into Blackwood, and reread it this morning. And maybe it's the fact that at that point in time, our bed was composed almost entirely of cats. This story is every bit as good, if not maybe even a little bit better than, like, say, the Willows. Ooh. And even the Wendigo, which me and the Wendigo, we go way back. Yeah. Me and Wendy go way back.
You Wendigo way
Wendigo. Back. Yes. Ancient Sorceries is a John Silence psychic detective story. And I'm not exactly sure why John Silence is a psychic detective, because he doesn't exhibit any psychic abilities in this. So maybe psychic meant something different 100 and odd years ago. But there's this guy who is like just this ordinary, normal, run-of-the-mill guy. And Blackwood really, really, really wants you to know just how normal this guy is and how boring he is. And he's like English, and he's traveling home, and they're passing through France on this train. And I won't spoil it because I want you to read it. And Handsome Tim, yeah, we all know how much you enjoy Algernon Blackwood. Maybe because you haven't read it. Yeah, read Ancient Sorceries. You might get a whole different perspective. Anyway, so he's traveling through France, and he decides to do one exciting thing with his life, and that is get off the train in this little town. And when he gets off the train, he's like, I'll just take another train in later. Well, there's this guy on the train with him who only speaks French, and he's trying to warn the narrator about staying in this town. And this town
sounds familiar.
Is full of cats.
Okay.
And the crazy thing about this story is I'm reading it. There's like 1, 2, 3, like 3 perspectives in this story. Because at first I think it's just like a third person omniscient telling a story, and it drifts back and forth between the guy. His name is like Vision telling his story about staying in this town, and then John Silence's perspective, and then towards the end you find out no, there's a third guy who's telling this story from the outside. Dude, this story is incredible. But when I say Blackwood loved cats, he really loved cats.
Is that the one they made into a movie starring Samuel L. Jackson? And he says, "I'm tired of all these mother flipping cats in this mother flipping town."
No, but I really wish he would play Vision in the movie. The entire tone would change. Or he could be John Silence.
Or they could give it the I Am Legend treatment and have Will Smith play one of the lead characters.
Let's not. There's more to it than just cats in this town. There's like lycanthropy, there's witchcraft, there's atmosphere. My God. The amount of atmosphere in this story.
Well, it's Algernon Blackwood, so.
Yeah. Well, he cranks it up to about an 11 on this one. I love wandering in the woods. I really do. And the way he describes it is spot on. But the way he describes this guy staying in this weird town, it's possible Lovecraft was influenced by it with Innsmouth, because the way that character describes what he sees and stuff. But of course, it's written in Blackwood's style, so it's there's so much I want to talk about with this, but I don't want to talk about it at the same time. It's only about 50 pages. I'm pretty sure you can find it on Project Gutenberg. There's several audio versions of it out there, but also I have it in this Penguin Classic because I love my penguins. And
you do love penguins, like penguins and cats.
Penguins and cats and red pandas. Man, I love red pandas.
Penguins, cats, and the Red Pandas was my band name in college.
Yeah, we did a cover of Lawyers, Guns, and Money, if I remember right. Anyway, yeah, dude. So I need you to stop what you're doing and read Ancient Sorceries, and we'll go in a little more in depth into it.
I gotta go unpack that box from the show house that has my Algernon Blackwood in it. Actually, you know what I can do is I can look up whether Ancient Sorceries is in that one, because it's easy to look up on the interweb. And then if it's not in that one, I'll just read it on Gutenberg. If it is in that one, it gives me an excuse to unpack some boxes.
Yeah. I don't have the version of it that the Blackwood book that you have, so I couldn't tell you from here.
What's the company that puts those out? It's the fancy textured.
What's the filigree, or what's the other word?
Miniature golf.
Yes, miniature golf. Flame Tree is the one that puts these out. And as I've said before, these are worth every bit of what you pay for them at half price books.
I have a Poe. I think that went to the show house too. Any book that looked cool, like any hardcover that looked kind of cool, ended up at the show house. She took all the dust jackets off and put them up in the library. Algernon Blackwood Horror Stories. That's the one I have. And let's see.
Okay.
I think. No, it says Gothic Fantasy. Algernon Blackwood Horror Stories. I think so. I think that's the one I have. Let me see. Where's the contents? You would think that would be something they would make easy to look at. This book's easy to look at.
The book ain't hard to look at.
That's right. But no, they just show you the cover. It's like, here are the stories in this book. Nope. Right. Never follow the first link in Google. Although, wait, that's at Flame Tree Publishing's website. So why wouldn't they have it? Anyway, the internet. I hate the internet.
It used to be great. Now it's just a walking corpse that doesn't know to just lay down.
As we talk over the internet on a YouTube thing.
Yes. All right. Well, on that note, I think I'll conclude by saying once again, dude, you got to read this story. It's fantastic.
I like
I said, Blackwood really loved cats. Maybe a little too much.
I wish when we were in person, we talked the way we talk when we're recording. And I'd go, okay, in conclusion, I believe that gas station only closed a few of the pumps because they were not wanting to work as hard. The more pumps that are open, the more people stop by. Let me know what you think. Write me a note. Here's some paper and a pen.
And while you're down there, don't forget to do all the YouTube things.
Don't forget to tell me you like me. Hey, thank you for coming. Thanks for listening to my story I'm about to tell you. And then you give everybody pieces of paper to write down what they think. Then you're like, don't forget to tell me you like me. And then tell your friends about me.
and hand out little cards that have thumbs up on them,
They're gonna hold up the thumbs up.
All right. Well, having said all that, I think we've done enough damage for one day.
All right, we've subjected them long enough to our to our ramblings.
The banter they wanted to hear.
That's right. That's what they said, man. Whatever comes to mind.
I'm Paul.
I'm Steve.
The next time you're bobbing for grenades,
check your shelf.
There's one pet I like to pet, and every evening we get set. I stroke it every chance I get. It's my girl's pussy.